Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Suhail and you are watching Arakan Times Daily English News. Today is Saturday, 16 November 2024. Today's news headlines: heavy fighting erupted between Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army and Arakan Army AA in northern Mongdo. 176 Rohingya died, 6 survived in sea tragedy. More than 30 Rohingya houses, including a CFSI store, burned down in Mongdo. Details of today's news. A heavy clash reportedly occurred between the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army (ARSA) and the Arakan Army AA in Fanisara, located in the Tombu area of northern Mongdo on November 15. The fighting lasted from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The confrontation resulted in the deaths of 40 members of the Arakan Army AA, while approximately 20 others were wounded. Additionally, Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army (ARSA) reportedly confiscated a significant amount of ammunition from the Arakan Army AA. It has been confirmed that 2 fighters from the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army (ARSA) were martyred during the clash. In addition, on November 13, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., another fight occurred between Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army (ARSA) and Arakan Army AA in the Mede area of Tambu Lawe, also in northern Mongdo. This encounter resulted in the deaths of 27 Arakan Army AA members, with over 30 seriously wounded. No casualties or injuries were reported on the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army (ARSA) side during this confrontation. A boat carrying 180 Rohingyas capsized and sank near Haji Island in Ayawadi Township, Myanmar. Tragically, 174 passengers lost their lives while only 6 managed to survive. It has been reported that all the passengers were from Butidong Township. They had set out for Malaysia, but their journey ended in disaster near Haji Island in Ayawadi. All the victims were from Butidong, but among the survivors, 3 are from Senimpia and in southern Butidong. They left for Malaysia via a previous sea route, stated a source. According to one of the survivors, the journey began on Friday, November 1 from Tamila. From there, they were taken to Panojan Township, where they were held for several days. Later, they were put on a boat for the dangerous journey to Malaysia. After several days at sea, the boat sank near Haji Island in Ayawadi. The survivors recounted there were 180 people on board, including both men and women. Of them, 174 died and only 6 managed to survive by floating on pieces of wood for 1 or 2 days. On November 12, the Myanmar Navy found the survivors floating at sea and rescued them. The survivors were taken to Ayawadi police station and later admitted to a hospital in the region for treatment. The 6 survivors rescued by the Myanmar Navy are now receiving medical care in Ayawadi, the source added. On November 13, around 3 a.m., heavy fighting erupted between the Arakan Army AA and the military council in downtown Mongdo near Battalion 5, the last remaining military council battalion in Mongdo Township. The clash resulted in the deaths of over 100 Arakan Army AA members, with many others injured, and more than 30 Rohingya houses, including an NGO store, were burned down in the crossfire. During the fighting, the CFSI store located in the Kaindang ward and over 30 surrounding houses were completely destroyed, with many structures reduced to ashes. Most homes in Zula and Tasi villages were also burned down in the actions on November 13. An eyewitness stated the Arakan Army AA positioned themselves in houses in the Zula and Kaindang hamlets of Mew ward and attacked the military council at Battalion 5 using small arms, machine guns, snipers, RPGs, and other weapons. The military council retaliated with 2 jet fighters and a Y-2L jet, resulting in over 30 Rohingya houses, including a CFSI store, being burned down. A source explained, The military council bombarded the areas where the Arakan Army had taken positions, including the CFSI store and its surrounding, using two jet fighters and a Y-2L jet. The jet fighters struck systems, while the Y-2L jet struck once. The bombardment destroyed the CFSI store and more than 30 Rohingya houses. The source further reported over 100 Arakan Army members were killed in the bombardment, with many others injured. The Arakan Army AS outposts were also destroyed and they eventually retreated from the area. Thanks for watching Arakan Times Daily English News.